Hello Starlets and welcome back to another video. If you're new here today, then hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on this video today. If you've been watching my videos for some time now and you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. It really does help the channel out. And if you're new, then also if you like this video, please do consider subscribing too. So today's video, as you would have seen from the thumbnail and the title, we're doing Grinch nails. I love the Grinch. He's just amazing. And you've got to do Grinch nails for Christmas. It's got to be done. So we're going to get him done. So with all that said, let's get on and do these Grinch inspired nails. Okay, so going in with the first nail, I'm going in with this red. And to be honest with you, I don't know why I went in with red. I think I had a different idea in my head for the Grinch nail. I wish I had actually gone in with white. In my head, I think I was planning on doing him in the Santa costume, but that didn't work out that way. So I wish I actually went in with white, but oh well, it's on there now. And now we can go in with the detailing brush and start mapping out where I want the Grinch to go. So that's his nose at the bottom. I'm just going in and mapping out where I want his eyes to be on the nail. So he's going to be quite large and he is going to be wearing the Father Christmas outfit, but his face takes up pretty much the majority of the nail, and the top of the hat, which is obviously white, like the brim of the Santa hat is white, and then the collar of the Santa costume is also white. So in hindsight, I should have gone in with white. It would have made things a lot easier. So now that he's all mapped out and I know what I'm doing on the nail, I'm now going in with the green. Also with the whole white thing, it would have been a lot easier to lay this green down on the nail if I did go in with the white, and that is why it's important to plan your nails out to some degree. Otherwise you'll have things like this happen. So we've got a lot of covering up to do with this red. So now I'm going in with a lighter green and just slightly mapping out the highlights on his face. It doesn't matter too much at this point because I'll be adding more highlights and shadow lowlights later on. So I'm just, it helps with the bulk. It helps, like, you know, get that red out of his face. So I'm just putting that down where it needs to be. So I also went in and done his eyes, and now I'm going in and just adding the more details to the face. So this is his little cute nose. He has not got a cute nose. I don't know why I called it cute. It's kind of cute in a way. It's maybe the cutest part of his face, but but yeah, so now we're adding all the wrinkles on. He's a very wrinkly guy. Like, I love this film. I love most films that Jim Carrey stars in, so, you know, yeah, it had to be done. So just adding on all those wrinkles. Oh my goodness. And now going in and doing some more detail on the eyes. That's the eyebrow there. We'll add more to that. I'm not going to leave it just like that. That's a bit weak. So we're going to add more to that in a bit. I'm just getting the shadows in and figuring out where everything needs to be. Now doing the details of the eyes. He looks like proper scary. This is like almost a Halloween nail at this point. It's supposed to be Christmassy, but it's looking pretty scary right now. Especially now, like more so now. Like, that's just, my goodness. But, you know, it will be fine. We'll sort him out. So we're going in and giving all those little fine details. I'm adding a little bit of lightener to the very corners of his eyes, and then going back in with the black and adding that depth in there, because I find that that's the most prominent part of the Grinch, apart from the wrinkles. His eyes are very piercing, so I definitely wanted to try my best to make that kind of the focal point and try my best to make his eyes as good as I could get them. because I think that is the focal point of his face, is his piercing green and yellow eyes. So now I'm going in on layer 2 with the eyebrows. There's going to be more layers. We go back in and I add a little bit of white, more yellow, some highlights. So it's going to take a couple of passes on the eyebrows. And also I've got to, it kind of like flicks up at the ends, and they're really long and they curl around on the ends. So once I've laid his hat down, then I'll put the eyebrows on like so. So I just went in and started just doing more detail, and with a dotting tool, done all dots over his face just to give him a little bit more texture. And now we're going in with his hand. So he's kind of like doing like that thinking pose with his finger in his thumb. And yeah, that song just popped into my head. Looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb. I'm not going to sing anymore because I don't want to get demonetized. But if you know the song, write in the comments. I know the song. Something like, you know, L on the shape of your forehead. Something like that. So with the Grinch hand, it was a little bit challenging because it's a little bit weird. I just decided to just go in and just do lots of little lines because he's got a very fluffy hand. So I just kept on going in and doing that. And now we can go in and fill the rest in. See, I didn't need that red there, to be honest, because it is all white. So plan ahead next time. So his collar kind of blends in a little bit with the cuff on his sleeve. So that's something that I'm going to have to overcome. And it's all just doing lines again, exactly the same as his hand. Lots of lines like so. And now we can top coat him. And he is looking spooky, but also Christmassy. I'm a bit conflicted. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it turned out. Okay, so moving on to the next nail, I'm going in with this sparkly glitter. It's not very concentrated, as you can see. It's quite sheer, but that's fine because we're going to be putting something else on it in a minute. I just wanted to layer up a little bit. So I've done 2 coats of that, and now I'm going to go in with a glitter that I mixed myself. Basically, I'd brought a whole load of glitters from Amazon and I never used them because they were very uninspiring. They were just like a plain gold or a plain red or a plain green. They were very uninspiring. So I mixed them all together and made this little Christmassy themed pot. No, it doesn't have a name. You can name the pot in the comments down below if you like, and I will write it on there. So I'm just adding that on to the nail just to give it a little bit more festivity. It's got some little, you know, silver flakies in there too. I don't know what you'd call them, but yeah, it's got them. So I cured that, top coated and encapsulated and filed. And now I'm adding the green, and it will need another file again because I go in and encapsulate again, because at this point, this is where you know if you've rushed your filing, and I definitely, obviously, didn't do a very good job. So I had to go in and file again. So I'm blending it out with my sponge to just get that very kind of soft fade into the glitter. And now the part that I love, the top coat. I love that when you just like wipe the wipe the filed bit away. So I do go back in and encapsulate it again and file it over again. But yeah, that's that nail complete. And I do 2 of these nails. They are duplicate, so I do the other one off camera. So 2 of these nails for this set. And now on to the last one. This one is also a duplicate. So 1 Grinch, 2 of the green sparklies, and in this one I'm going to do a candy cane effect. So going in with the white, which I should have done in the first nail, but we're past that now. We're going to forget about that. So I'm going in with the white, and I've done 2 coats of that. And now going in with a fine detailing brush, I'm just adding the red down, and we're just going to keep on striping down the nail. I did also do 2 coats of these stripes too, because the red just wasn't giving. So it was coming out more pink than red. So 2 coats of that also. There is an easier way of doing this. You can get nail tape and put that on so that you don't have to worry. But I just thought, you know, I'll just go crazy with it and, you know, let it be what it be at the end of the day. And also you can go and touch up with your brush, a clean brush afterwards, and just kind of wipe it away, then cure it. And now to make it that little bit more Grinchy, oh, I'm going to go in with some green and do those underneath each red line all the way down. So this one definitely needed 2 coats as well. As you can see, it is very, very sheer. So I've done 2 coats of that, and now we're going back in with that glittery gel polish that I used on the last nail, and yeah, just put that on top of the green and just follow the lines. I find the best way to do this is to only just barely touch the nail with it. If you push any harder, for some reason, it just doesn't want to pay off. If you've got a really sheer glitter top coat gel, then if you just barely touch the nail and slowly drag it, the glitter seems to like to run a little bit easier. That's what I find with this one anyway. And last of all, to just make it that little bit more Grinchy, we're going back in with a sponge and adding green shadow around the edge. And as I said at the beginning of this nail, I done 2 of these nails, and I definitely think this green around the edge is definitely just finishing it off, tying it together, and I like it. I'm happy with that. So a top coat for Mr. Candy Cane. And here that nail is in all its beauty. I'm really, really happy with this one. I would definitely wear this one on my nails. And here they all are together. And that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't subscribed already and you're enjoying the channel, please do consider subscribing. It honestly really does help the channel out. So, with all that said, I will see you on the next one. Happy creating. Bye-bye.